is it really him or the loss of my innocence that I've been missing so much?
Yeah! Welcome to Queer Coded Country, where yeehaw meets yes queen.
A podcast about growing up in the South and realizing that it's pretty dang queer. And I'm going to tell you one thing right now. If you're not subscribing to the YouTube, like RuPaul says, you're only getting half the story.
Also, we are hyper-focused on our KPIs and engagement rate.
Totally.
And we need to go up.
Who isn't?
And honestly, we're all focused on that. It's
The
how we
data.
live. But YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TikTok, more coming there soon. Instagram, also more coming there soon. But
Yes.
we've got big plans. And if you're not liking and subscribing yet, please do.
Yes, we would love it so much.
And don't forget, any comment, review that shoots your shot, we're going to respond to it.
And you're going to want to comment on this because tonight we are doing something very special. We are getting into a special edition of Queer Coded Country, Queer Coded Country Conspiracies.
And that's why I'm dressed the way that I am.
Exactly, because you're giving Hunter, Texas Ranger right now. You are investigating. You are seeing what the crime, what the conspiracy, what the lore is all about.
Well, in my mind, I was dressed as like, I watch a lot of Netflix documentaries about like crime back in the day, whatever. And I like really realized that you could do whatever the fuck you wanted before an iPhone.
100%.
And so like there's all of these like detectives on these shows. That's what I was giving. But Hunter, Texas Ranger, that was my sister's favorite show. And since we're estranged, now I'm triggered and we might have to cancel the episode.
Well, let's tell them what the episode is going to be about. Because we talk a lot about how the podcast is our phone conversations brought to life, or like just our crazy theories that we play with. And
well, let me say this. When you said theories,
yes,
we since college have been saying if we plant a seed, it grows to a flower.
100%. And
an example of that, like on a basic level, is when we would text each other like $2 you call it.
Exactly.
And you'd be like, oh no,
Yes.
I don't know. And I'd be like, okay. And then we would be like, okay, well, the seed is planted.
Yeah.
And it always grew to a flower. And so our personality is to plant seeds and let them blossom into mess.
And the conspiracy theory on that is that we are just AI communicating with each other, and that's
Correct.
what's happening.
We are Sims. We have controllers. And we've been planting seeds. And honey, how many flower beds of wildflowers have we grown?
Too many.
Enough
to want other wildflowers to go out. So the scorecard is made up of 10% looking back and finding the humor in things that were once traumatic.
Like the fact that Leah Michelle can read.
20% realizing things.
The Darren Criss isn't actually gay.
Sad but true.
I know, but also hot.
Yeah. 20% yeehaw.
Oh my God, that Reba is a single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops.
And 30% the intersection of where yeehaw meets yes queen.
Well, you've skipped yes queen, which is 20%. And that's that John Bonet, icon, legend, is alive as Katy Perry. And I'll skip right on
We've discussed that.
We've mentioned it.
Yeah.
Pageants, big theme. The 30% though, Dolly's tattoos. She is tatted, neck down. That's why she likes to be covered. Also, I want to see...
Cover those hands.
I don't care what she does, actually. If she wants to cover her whole hair, body, face...
Okay, Gaga.
I made a reference to hair, body, face in a work meeting this week. And because everyone on my team was like
reference.
Gen Z,
No one
silence.
got it.
Do you know what that did to me?
Someone didn't go to the midnight premiere of A Star Is Born and it shows.
And I was devastated, and none of this is relevant to the episode, so we can go back, but I can't hair, body, face reference one more time and be ignored, so thank you for that.
So I think did you just answer how's your mom and them?
Yes, my mom is hair,
Yes.
body, face.
And well, I'm good. I'm fine.
Oh, wow. Promising.
Rocking and rolling. Next, on to the next.
Next.
So obviously we were talking about conspiracy theories, and like I was saying, Hunter and I have been theorizing on things for many years about things that may or may not be real. So take that for what it is and listening to this podcast. But we obviously gave you some examples of current conspiracy theories right now. But what does a conspiracy theory mean to us?
Well, it's insanity.
Yeah.
It's absurdity. It's tied to nothing but everything.
100%.
I think that one of the strongest conspiracy, like, common ground that we have is that we tie everything to music, to lyrics, to, like, you know, and also our past experiences.
Some would say that's the thesis of the conspiracy theory that is queer-coded country.
Well, and the whole conspiracy is that queer-coded country is just a conspiracy that's going to make a commune, and then one day we're all living the conspiracy.
Well, I think we just admitted that on camera. So
our compliance lawyer, pissed.
Yeah. So give me an example of like what's a conspiracy theory that you and I have talked about before that to help visualize what we're actually going to go into, because we are going to go hard for some conspiracy theories tonight. We're going to give you arguments. We're going to give you theses. We are going to give you
conspiracy, we're AI.
So 100%. So before we define these two very relevant conspiracy theories, give me an example of like what's something that we've talked about before.
Yeah. So like one time we were talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Kevin Lee.
Yes.
Beverly Hills. She,
darling.
She, which his Instagram is Kevin Lee, she, which is iconic.
So good.
But then I was like, oh my God, that's inspired by Frank from Father of the Bride. Like, this is where this comes from.
Hello.
This is the whole thing. So there are many of these. I also remember something specifically about Miranda Hillard tied to, well, Hillard versus Hillard tied to designing women.
No, there is the tie of that is that Miranda Hillard from
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh my God. She was an interior designer, and the designing women were interior designers.
Yes. And that's who inspired Miranda Hillard. And we debated if it was Miranda Hillard or Hillard. And we decided that because she was inspired by designing women, it was Hillard.
Exactly.
Oh, so look, we're already rocking and rolling.
We're explaining.
And if you're wondering what our brain rot does, our codependence is this.
Exactly. So that's a conspiracy theory that Hunter and I will talk about for years and years and years until it becomes very real in our heads.
And then honestly, it's fact.
Yeah.
It's queer-coded country fact on the commune. And dispute that, compliance lawyer.
In the bylaws. So, the first official QCC conspiracy. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is just a virtual mission trip. So, let me state my case.
Which, first of all, let's comment. We've both been on IRL mission trips.
Yes.
Versus virtual.
We have context to this because we grew up in the part of the South that mission trips were a thing and like a big part of like Christianity and our upbringing and helped form some of our worldview at that time.
Yes.
So
in ways we can debate later.
The summary of my argument is that I think that it's The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is a under the table permission by the Mormon Church to host a soft rebranding strategy to preach the Mormon religion to a new audience because they need to continue to get membership.
Okay, and why do they need to continue to get membership? Because people are realizing it's what? A cult.
Right.
And they're what? Leaving. And so therefore they're like, oh my God, if this new audience of people, like if they don't continue to tithe all of their money to us, what will happen?
Honey, it's a revenue stream.
Honey, it's backdoor income.
Honey, that's passive income. Okay. So I'm going to present you the thesis of what I'm talking about.
The theses or the thesis?
This is a singular thesis. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives can be seen as a contemporary form of soft cultural repositioning, whether intentional or emergent. Aligning a Mormon identity with modern values such as ambition, individualism, authenticity, imperfection, and reliability in order to remain culturally relevant and reduce member decline.
Okay, you said something and I thought you were going to say softcore porn. And I was like...
No, because obviously you have a hard launch, which is like, this is coming this date. So imagine if when we're talking about our podcast launch, what's a hard launch versus soft launch? Soft launch, this is them not necessarily Church of the Latter-day Saints approved and sanctioned content.
Right.
This is subversive, saying we're going to take a stand about this outside of the show,
Yes.
but we can't help but enjoy the fact that there are Mormon people on our TV in such a wide display that it can only help but show the Mormon religion
in a new
light via a modern lens.
So like the soft rebranding, all of this is like Mormonism. One of the like core connections that I have to Mormon culture is that they were the original mommy blogger. So we now have seen the original mommy blogger evolve into Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Like, it was all the same concept.
Yes.
But what's interesting about it is that the origin of the blogging, the homesteading, the like providing for the family is that women were not supposed to work.
Right.
But if you were featuring things that were providing for your family and you were showing how you cook these meals and you were doing all of these things, that wasn't work. It wasn't threatening to the man. It was like showcasing how good of a wife you are. And like literally 10 years ago, when my job was mommy bloggers, my job was mommy.
Your job was mommy bloggers. I'm not
weird.
stopping you. Keep going.
But it was like there was such a high concentration in Utah because the digital age let them show their craft and art and like have this identity that felt like work and that gained this traction and gained this attention without threatening the man.
And thus, you state a very key element of this conspiracy theory, which we will come back to.
Oh my God, I have to wait?
We'll get to it, but I do want to give some context to this because what you're saying about like homesteading and everything is an example and is shown on the show by one of the women in the show,
Whitney,
when
she pretends to homestead for a PR stunt.
So if you're not familiar with it, if you're not familiar,
wait, can I just say that one of my favorite parts of Mormon culture is that if you do something wrong, you can just like go to Hawaii, go to Arizona, go to another place, disappear, come back, pretend to homestead, and then bam,
normalize that.
Oh my God,
normalize that,
honey. I want to go away and come back renewed, reborn.
Okay, so. If you don't watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, it is a reality show on Hulu that follows this group of younger women in the Church of the Latter-day Saints, also known as Mormons more commonly. And it's the show of them and their undoing of the group that is called Mom Talk. Essentially, because to what you're talking about, the evolution of mommy bloggers to TikTokers is a group of women who joined friendship because they had a connection to the Church of the Latter-day Saints. And that's how they all knew each other. So they began to show their modern lives of Mormonism through the lens of TikTok and thus evolved from the mommy blogger to TikTok. But the show shows their friendship and their undoing with their relationship to Mormon culture.
The undoing is the part that
100%. But also, like, not all, because we're catching them in this post-scandal of their lives, because Mom Talk was a solid foundation
of sisterhood.
Sisterhood. Mom Talk stood forever.
And Mom Talk always survived.
Well, that's the penultimate question, is will Mom Talk survive this? So until there was a scandal with a swinging situation that undid friendships, relationships, and trust boundaries. So we now meet them in their lives of being determined, like, are they Mormon? Do they like to drink? Will they have coffee? So we're seeing them go through this relationship. And here's my final argument.
Okay, I'm ready.
Not my final argument, but my argument of why I think this is a virtual mission trip.
Yes, I'm ready.
If you're not familiar with a mission trip is somewhere where you go to evangelize of your religion somewhere else because you need to spread the word. The Mormon Church has a history of evolving and publicly reversing sometimes bylaws of their church via modern times because of pressure from the community and the culture. They have a very good history of this and actually evolving to continue to build their membership.
And make profit.
Exactly. Even though a lot of these things are founded on like human rights violations and bigoted fundamentals.
And a cult.
Exactly. But throughout the history of Mormonism, they have updated their rules like dress codes for women, they only were able to wear skirts. They eventually, throughout time, decided that they could wear pants.
Revolutionary.
Exactly. They reversed backlash over having a law in place about not allowing LGBTQ couples, kids, to be baptized in the Mormon church. They softened the language. It's unclear.
Who is the PR company for the Mormon church? And I'd like to speak
Honey,
to them.
the comms director is working overtime, let me tell you. And then they also tried to reverse the use of the term Mormonism or Mormon in relationship to the church. They only want to be called the Church of the Latter-day Saints. Because Mormonism has a negative...
And who is day and who is the saint?
Ask Joseph Smith.
Well, I was going to ask you if Joseph Smith, when they make these laws softened, do they call upon the plates of Joseph Smith to soften them?
No, I think it's very much Mother God vibes when she was. I think it's very much Mother God vibes when she's like, I think I see another Father God in the picture. I think it's them.
The colloidal silvers have shown me a different path.
I think it's a new prophecy that we're losing membership and we actually need to start rebuilding a little bit and repositioning.
And honestly, good for them. Tax them.
Yeah. So... Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Any good tea that I'm missing?
Well, so here's what feels weird, but also similar to the Secret Wives of Mormon Lives. Secret Wives of Mormon. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So like watching it, they're like 23, 24. And like, it's like they're playing house.
Yeah.
They live in these like big cookie cutter mansions. They have whatever. And they're having these fights. And I'm like, oh my God. They're a child.
Yeah.
They're literally little children. I could be their dad. Well, no, but close.
Yeah.
Like they're young, like 21.
Well, obviously the blueprint is Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Well,
but
the rumors and the
nastiness.
That's the conspiracy. That's what a queer-coded country conspiracy
What are the rumors and nastiness?
Is a rumor and nastiness.
But literally, they are having fights and like giving full Real Housewives at all times. But then during the most like crucial moments of like, what are we going to do about this?
Yes.
Are on the basis of, do we follow our Mormon principles or not?
Yes, that's what's so, I think that one of, both for Secret Lives, Not Wives, and Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
I think the formula for a successful reality show is you fight and move on.
Yeah.
They take you fight and move on to a totally new level because they fight, then they unpack why they feel the way they do because of the trauma.
Yeah.
And the, ownership and the emasculation that they face every day from their husbands.
Yeah.
These claims because they're successful, because they have all of this power.
Yep.
And it's just like literally watching them go from mad at each other to realizing why they're mad at each other to like back to a group of friends or whatever. It's like takes the fight and move on to a new level because it's all people who have been indoctrinated in this world.
Yeah.
And some of them might be Mormon 2.0.
Yeah.
Some of they're all on this spectrum, but it's crazy to see how because of their exposure, because of their notoriety, because of all of these things that they've been able to break free of this tradition or this expectation that was put on them and also still hold some of those values true. And it's actually when I went to dinner with Heather, when I met her in Salt Lake City, one of the things that connected us is like that experience is very similar to like the queer Southern experience of like, we broke through this thing and realized that like we could be something else and still hold certain values true, which is reclamation, which is queer coded country.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Another thing that I was going to say too is obviously like at some points in the show that like not all of the girls continue to still follow the LDS faith and
I love that you're using the appropriate.
Well, they reversed it. And I'm following the bylaws. But like, I think that like what you're saying about it being queer coded is like still like having this like inner voice or this like voice in the back of your head that's like trying to tell you like how to value your life or something. and is exactly what you were talking about with the mommy blogger thing. Is it is like the value of being a trad wife, which is, I'm gonna say right here, right now, I fully support.
I don't. I'm gonna say
I know you don't.
We disagree. I don't.
But I was gonna say, I think like to a degree, if that is what you want, and your husband or your partner, whoever it is supportive of you and living that life, absolutely. Do I want to be a trad wife? Hell yeah. but
homesteading,
right? But I would never homestead.
You would farm.
I could homestead, but I think that is what's interesting too, is like seeing, and I think that's what is one of the more subversive things about it, is those values of Mormonism, for better or for worse, are instilling, and you're seeing them live that out through life. And I think that the fact that those values are still being seen on TV are why it's a virtual mission trip for them to say that this Mormon lifestyle, at its base, is heartwarming and protective of the home,
because they come back to it. They're getting exposed to this other lifestyle, but they come back to it,
and they're showing it on our TV screens.
Thank fucking God.
Yes.
Even if we don't agree
exactly
with all of these things. I mean, I think my closing thoughts on all of this, I love the way they talk about it like a living, breathing organism, and I love that ketamine is a gray area for the church.
Totally.
One of my favorite parts of Mormonism is that ketamine is a gray area.
100%. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, the loopholes is what they show.
My God. And what do gay people know about loopholes and holes?
Exactly.
Okay. What's the next conspiracy theory?
Okay. The next queer-coded country conspiracy. Call Me By Your Name is just an adaptation of Strawberry Wine, sung by Dina Carter.
Strawberry Wine 17. Which, to get us started, is the age of Elio.
Oh, 100%. That's what I'm saying. So if you're not familiar with Strawberry Wine, it's on the Queer Coded Country playlist. So if you're not following that.
Talk about engagement rates on the Spotify playlist. Get those up too, title holders.
90s country, amazing song, shot to the top of the charts when it was released. But Strawberry Wine is a song about coming of age and being that weird age of like being an adult, not being an adult, but seeing somebody that like is older than you and having such a strong pull towards that person, but feeling like it's out of reach, but it is within reach. And also it's just about losing your virginity.
And also like borderline, is it appropriate? Is it not?
100%.
It's about horny teenage yearning.
100%. That and also Strawberry Hill is...
What's Strawberry Hill?
Boone's Farm, which was the inspiration for the song Strawberry Wine. When Strawberry Hill, Boone's Farm is a wine cooler.
Oh, honey.
But that's why we call it Strawberry Wine.
And do you know that my connection to Boone's Farm is that when I would go to the Arkansas State Championship show of, or no, sorry. The show of champions. There was this man, it was his birthday every year during that weekend. And for every age he was, every year he was, he would get that many bottles of Boone's Farm. So I was there when he turned 42.
Oh.
And I fell out of the back of a pickup truck, rolled down a hill, and that's on Strawberry Wine.
Oh, I'm not. I don't know if I'm more concerned about the cavities from that amount of Boone's Farm or the blood alcohol level.
And that's why I have sciatica. It traces back.
That's a conspiracy theory. Okay, so we've set the stage for Strawberry Wine. Call Me By Your Name, if you're not familiar, is originally a book that was adapted into a film with Timothy Chardonnay. And
Army Hammer eats people.
Bleep that. So Call Me By Your Name is a story about a 17-year-old who lives in Italy with his family, and a study abroad student who's post-grad studying the classics comes to stay with his family because his dad is a professor and he's going to teach him the classics and they're going to learn. And Elio, the 17-year-old, falls in love with Oliver, the post-grad student, and yearns for him in a deep way. He's questioning his sexuality. He's like,
horned.
He's horned. He's like, why am I attracted to this person? And that is what Strawberry Wine is about.
And can I just say to double down on this conspiracy of Inspired By.
Mm-hmm.
Strawberry Wine is kind of like the small town, like middle class version.
Honey, that's why it's named after a wine cooler.
Shout out to Boone's Farm.
No,
honey.
honestly, dead ass.
Boone's Farm, dead ass.
Yeah.
But the Italian, like, and honestly, as
Strawberry Hill is to Arkansas, which is Aperol Spritz is to
oh my God,
Italy.
an apricot liqueur from the garden, darling.
Yes.
What probably connects us so much is that we grew up Strawberry Wine, like Boone's Farm, horse trailer, virginity, whatever, and we are seeing Call Me By Your Name, which feels like what we wanted, and then we see it in a villa, in an ambiguous spot in Italy. Why do I keep talking in a British accent?
And thus presents the conspiracy theory. So I'm going to make this argument.
Okay.
By comparing the lyrics of Strawberry Wine to moments of Call Me By Your Name.
Oh, fuck yes.
Okay. So the lyrics of the lyrics of Strawberry Wine, he was working through college on my grandpa's farm. I was thirsting for knowledge and he had a car. Yeah, I was caught somewhere between a woman and a child. One restless summer, we found love growing wild on the banks of a river on a well-beaten path. It's funny how those memories last, like strawberry wine.
Okay, well, the well-beaten path is certainly when they're riding bikes from fucking town.
That's what I'm saying.
And then they pull off to the side and then like literally they're just there together. Do they masturbate? I can't remember. Surely.
Someone, I think
Someone
Elio
comes.
shows him his dick or something.
I mean, honestly, the beaten path.
Exactly. Like it's that sentiment. He was working on my daddy's farm. He's coming to study with my dad.
Yeah, again, the middle class version versus the
international
global superstar.
But literally, he was like in the same time of his life. He was questioning his sexuality, like I was saying, and like we were saying, obviously there are major parts of Call Me By Your Name that are quite problematic, and this relationship between that age and someone older is extremely problematic. But I think
it's a conspiracy theory, queer-coded.
But I do think that everyone at that age understands the feeling of like yearning for somebody else that's older than you.
It's just like me when Billy came over shirtless. Like that's the feeling. It's a yearning.
Yes.
It's a longing for something you never knew before, but you see so clearly.
Exactly. And so there's another moment we've like moved on in the song. You know, she's grown up.
Oh. When 30 was old.
She goes, yeah, I still remember when 30 was old, and my biggest fear was September when he had to go. Because there was a finite relationship between when Oliver had to leave.
Go back to school.
Honey, that's summer camp.
Oh my God.
Literally, like those tempered and tight relationships that, you know, you have a finite amount of time to like be able to live it out.
You live, laugh, love out loud in those moments.
As you should. In Italy, you better. Okay.
Oh ambiguous Italy. That's my favorite part of the movie.
We don't really know where it is.
We don't know where it was.
A few cards and letters and one long distance call.
Oh my God. Was the call?
What? And that's what I'm saying.
When they're back for winter.
Yes.
And he gets the call that fucking Oliver married a woman. Because that's what? Straight culture. He gives us tears.
Yes.
He gives us mourning, longing, yearning on a goddamn long distance call.
The last line of this section of Strawberry Wine, we drifted away like leaves in the fall.
Were they strawberry leaves?
They were green on the vine. That's all. That's about what I know.
Or were they peaches?
But I think too, like, to what you're saying, like he is realizing in that moment that connection that he thought could live on forever is finite. And then he's realizing also like, okay, this age gap is weird. And this person is in a very different phase in their life. And while I thought I could hold on to that for so long, I can't. It's literally realizing things.
It's realizing that no matter who you are, where you are, if you're Dina Carter, Strawberry Wine, or Elio and Oliver, that your first love, that's a true love, that changes the perspective on what you see in the world, even if brief-lived, will fuck you up forever.
And I have an answer to that, Mama.
from your investigation.
So to the answer to the question of what is Elio feeling in that moment, like what is he crying over? He might not realize until much later in life when 30 was old. But the answer is through Strawberry Wine lyrics. The fields have grown over now, years since they've seen the plow. There's nothing time hasn't touched. Is it really him or the loss of my innocence that I've been missing so much?
Yeah! Okay, because also maybe you grow older and you realize you were 17 and you were maybe groomed, like, hello.
Yes.
Hi, this is not the grooming episode, but one day I'll tell that story.
Right.
And the loss of innocence, but also this conflict that you have, because I still have the same conflict about the fact that, like, I wanted this at the time, but I think it's gross now. And whoa.
Exactly.
Now I'm scared of September.
No, literally. But like, yeah, like, but it does get to that point where you look back and you're like, damn, was that guy really hot? Or was that just me being like, I wish I could feel that first feeling again?
Yes. Was I silent or silenced? Not really.
Ask Megan. Okay. Do you want to hear some fun facts?
Of course.
Okay. Fun facts about Strawberry Wine. The song was originally shopped to Trisha Yearwood, but Trisha Yearwood passed on the song and gave it to Dina Carter.
What a miss, because Dina tore it up.
Oh, but I would love to hear. I would love to hear it.
Trisha, if you're a title holder, can you give us a cover, please?
Please.
I know you're not busy now that you and Garth got some stuff going on.
Oh, said that.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, conspiracies. But that's a fun fact. And a fun question that I want to ask you, but you kind of already mentioned, was like, who was your Strawberry Wine? Do you have a Strawberry Wine moment? Or like, who was your Oliver?
Oh, my Oliver was definitely Shay.
Mm-hmm.
Like 100%. And we even like today recognize that it was this like isolated moment where we were both experiencing things for the first time that we had never experienced. And really, we were just like people whose souls connected. And like, luckily today, we're still like great friends. Yeah. And it was like, but it was that moment where we got to experience something we'd never experienced before. And that was special. And now what's special is just like that we were there for each other during that time in our lives.
100.
And it has nothing to do with like dating or whatever. It's like not about that. It was like we both luckily aligned in a similar place of curiosity about what another reality could be.
Right.
And that was what it was. And we're so lucky to have like had that.
Yeah.
And now it just be like besties, great friends. Like literally, it's a very fortunate thing. That would be mine.
100%. And as you were talking to, I was thinking like, this is about like 17-year-olds and older people or whatever. But like the queer experience too is having that experience later in life.
Yeah.
And because I feel like some queer people, not everyone, do experience those big emotions and those big feelings later in life. And like my like Oliver or like my Strawberry Wine moment, I felt like came much later in life just because of genuine emotion, not necessarily because of like being 17 and yearning after somebody. But like, I do remember there was this guy that I was just really connected with, and it was such a finite time, and I didn't know it was going to be finite, but it was. It's still special to me now, and that is kind of, I don't look back and regret any of that, but I do look back in the Dina Carter sense of being like, was it that, or was it the fact that I felt like this genuine thing for the first time?
And honestly, neither of those things are bad.
No.
And it is that though. It's like when you're growing up like we did, not a lot of exposure to much. When you start to feel things that you've gotten to see your friends feel forever for the first time, they're so amplified.
Yeah.
Like that's what the Strawberry Wine of it is all about, is like we grew up watching our friends wear their boyfriends watch in middle school and wear the Letterman jackets and go to Thanksgiving with their families and like do all of this stuff. And like we were just there like literally longing for that.
Yeah.
And it came later in life and it amplified those feelings. And I did that a lot too. And I don't regret feeling those immense feelings. I did let some people treat me like shit. But now I realize that like you can have those feelings in such a bigger way.
Right.
And that's probably my parting shot, is that like those feelings are things that inform how you move forward and what shapes your experience and all of your relationships. And it's like nothing is actually finite and everything is just data to inform who you want to be.
I'm not going to say anything else because damn.
But.
And that's why the theory and the conspiracy is Call Me By Your Name.
You were waiting for me to say it, and I thought we were going all the way to the top.
I was waiting for my words to register in my head.
And that's why Call Me By Your Name is Strawberry Wine, and that's why I lost my virginity just like Dina Carter. And now we...
Oh, another fun fact about Strawberry Wine. My cousin loved that song, and she told her mom that she wanted to sing it in church. Because she was like young and didn't know what it was about.
I mean, honestly, though, aren't a lot of songs in church about virginity? Wasn't Mary a virgin?
Damn, queer-coded country church. You heard it here first. Okay, so we're flipping the script tonight. Normally, Ye Howdy Yes Queen would be the moment in the segment where we pull elements from the show and determine if they sit on a scale of Ye Howdy Yes Queen. So instead of things that we determine are Ye Howdy Yes Queen, Sammy's been listening and determining if elements of our story hold up on a scale of QCC Anon to QCC Arnar.
And this is just to remind everyone that everything we talked about is a fictionalized version of the world in our minds as told through conversations that we passionately and aggressively yell at each other, probably while standing up, pointing at each other with a towel over our shoulder in the kitchen.
100%.
And so we are being tested now to see if all of our bullshit is valid or not. So it's almost like if it would hold up in court with our compliance lawyer.
Queer-coded country court.
Oh my God, the possibilities are endless.
Okay, so to define this a little bit. QCC Anon, obviously QAnon is a real thing, but it is heavily based in conspiracy theories, darling.
Sorry that my uncle's in it.
So the people that believe QAnon, they love it, and they believe that that is a very real conspiracy theory. Yes. On the opposite side of the scale, we have QCC Arnar. And obviously, it's like, that doesn't really hold up. That's not really a conspiracy theory,
It's like, no, that's fake. Yeah. And also, shout out to our friend Jamie, who's always saying, Arnar.
Okay, here we go.
Hunter Tucker, hello.
Hi. Oh my God. Wait, I think this is I think this is one of the first times that producer Sammy has jumped on the audio.
And honestly, we are so excited.
Oh no, actually you're not, because this isn't
season 1.
Yes, mailbag.
Well, it's fine. First time season 2.
The first QCC Anon or QCC Arnar. If your Secret Lives of Mormon Wives theory is true, please explain this statement from the Church of Latter-day Saints made in 2024.
Okay.
Some portrayals are fair and accurate, but others resort to stereotypes or gross misrepresentations that are in poor taste and have real-life consequences for people of faith. While this is not new, a number of recent productions depict lifestyles and practices blatantly inconsistent with the teachings of the church.
Oh my God.
They would say that.
They're literally, listen, Salt Lake City on the map for reality TV. And they're like, some of it's real.
Yeah.
Some of it's not. And honestly, I can't defend a fucking thing the Mormon church says.
Right.
So,
the Church of Latter-day Saints.
Thank you for correcting me. So here's what I'll say. Shout out to the Secret Lives of Mormon Lives cast and Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Keep living your life.
Yeah.
What we say about you is QCC Anon.
Yeah.
What the church says, QCC Arnar.
I mean, obviously, I'm going to stand for QCC Anon because I think that is what they would say. And part of the
publicist.
Part of the argument is that it is under the table and they have to publicly denounce it. But
you can pay your way out of it. And that's the beautiful thing about the world that we live in. You can buy your goddamn way out of anything.
Exactly.
Is that beautiful or is it fucked up?
So
that wasn't the question.
No, it wasn't. QCC Anon.
The second QCC Anon or QCC Arnor. I think that you were already debunking the strawberry
wine
mm-hmm. is the base of Call Me By Your Name.
Uh-huh.
Because through that section, you were also talking about the yearning is universal
mm-hmm.
and all that stuff. But I do want to pull up lyrics of another song.
Oh my God, we're being tested? Take the mic away from me.
Yeah, wait, hold on, Sammy.
We're used to just getting words.
Yeah.
I heard that you're settled down. That you found a girl and you're married now.
Oh my God. Well, Sorry.
I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I didn't give to you.
This is Adele.
Old friend, why are you so shy? Ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light.
I mean,
I gave you things.
Wait.
Give to you.
It's on the tip of my tongue. It's Someone Like You.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you.
Okay.
And that's the song I sang at the Maple Hill front desk when Garrett broke my heart.
Okay. So I have an immediate response to this. And if that's the element that I'm responding to on this, it is QCC Arnar.
Okay, but wait, were you reading from Strawberry Wine?
No. They were reading from Someone Like You, Adele.
But I messed up.
I'm saying it's QCC Arnar because the song was written in the 90s prior to the writing of Call Me By Your Name, which was also prior to Adele being 21 and brokenhearted and writing Someone Like You.
Thank God you brought us back home because all I did was hear the lyrics to one of my favorite and emotional songs of Adele and automatically think that it was sampled in Strawberry Wine and Call Me By Your Name, which is the next iteration of a QCC conspiracy theory.
No, that's why the QCC conspiracy theory is that Call Me By Your Name, or that Someone Like You is an adaptation of Call Me By Your Name, the book, before the movie came out.
And also samples Strawberry Wine by Gina Carter, and also is because Adele loves gay people.
Well, hey,
honey.
And that, I think we have really uncovered some ground here.
And honestly, first things first, buckle those belts for more conspiracy theories.
And on that, I'm going to say, y'all come back now, you queer.
Queer Coded Country is created and hosted by Hunter Poole and Tucker Travis. Edited by Chad Arnold. Edited and produced by Sammy Junio.